Thank you so much, sir. Now we have a session, BhartiyaGyan-Pragya Knowledge Wisdom Based Education. This session will be chaired by Professor Parikshat Singh, Manhas, Chairman, Jammu and Kashmir, Board of School Education. And for the speakers, we have Professor M.K. Das, former Head and Dean, Department of Education, Kashi, Vidyapeeth, University, Varanasi, India, and member, Academic Advisory Council, BOSSE. Shri BhagirathShetye, Chairman, Goa Board of Secondary and Senior Secondary Education. I would request our dignitaries to kindly come on the dais.
Yep. And how do I go to the video?
Yeah, so this is your presentation, right? And you'll have to click on this link.
Okay.
You'll just have to go there. Right? I'll stay right here.
Not an issue. Okay. Very good morning to all the dignitaries over here and my fellow panelists over here. My name is Parikshat, and I'll quickly take around 7, 8 or 10 minutes, out of which 2 minutes would be of a video, because I just realized once our friend from Punjab was speaking that we also had a very good initiative on these things. So I thought I'll just show you the video of that 1.5 or 1 hour 45 seconds. Obviously these two are the experts. My job is to set the agenda. So I'll give you 7 quick points of the agenda, which I'm going to talk about and which you would understand what it is all about. And thank you, COBSE and BOSSE, for inviting us, for making us part of this. And thank you for letting me know day before yesterday that I have to speak on this. So that was a real challenge for me. But yes, we are going to talk about it. The basic aspect is Pragya, the purest form of wisdom, knowledge that we have, and that indigenous knowledge or our ancient knowledge systems that we had. Yes, we don't need to reinvent the wheel again and again, but we need to look at our own wheel, which might be the best one to work out, or which might be the fastest one. We might have the Cornets engine way back in our own times only. So let's look at that. Let's think about those things. Let's have our course curriculum embedded with those particular aspects and see that how our rich cultural heritage or philosophical heritage has developed over the years, or was developed over the years in the past, and can be used in the present times, and how it can make our country the best, or as a very prominent sentence that is being used nationally, a Vishwa Guru. So why or how we can become one of those? Why don't we look back in our own backyard? I know a very important word that is going on these days is glocal. So go local. Look at your own selves. After having taught in more than 100 universities of 70 countries, which I still do, looking at my own systems is the best aspect which I feel. The concept of Make in India, the concepts, all these concepts have literally taken the world apart. And they have really realized that how good we could be, how could we could build up. So what I primarily think of is that it's one of those bridges. This BhartiyaGyan-Pragya stands for one of those bridges which is vis-a-vis our Vedic times are concerned, our ancient times are concerned, and our present days are concerned. And a lot of those thoughts are still relevant. You could see that when the Corona period came in. A lot of us resorted to the age-old Ayurvedic medicines and other things, or जिसे हम देसी भाषा में टोटके कहते हैं हमारे नॉर्थ में. So we went for that, And a lot of us was very, very successful in fighting this dreaded disease. So that's what it is all about, and that's what. The foundation, obviously, are Upanishads, are Vedic, and these are just a couple of books that are Vedas that I have referred to. But all our books, all our ancient times gurus, they have whatever scriptures or whatever ideas that they have penned down, they all carry all these very prominent things. And these are the 7 agendas. Obviously, these experts are going to talk about that, and they are going to build upon these 7 agendas, and their thoughts would be there, and they would be explaining them to you in a more formal manner. But for me, cultural relevance in education is very important. That's one of the foremost agenda items that I feel should be there, because what happens is that it recognizes the importance of weaving cultural threads into educational fabric. Why do we do all those things which our culture always has been talking about, or which are religious, which has religious connotations? Right from the concept of fasting, to the concept of keeping rosas, to the concept of taking care of people trees, because they were giving most important of, they give the highest amount of oxygen, praying for them. So what has been relevant over the years? Try to imbibe or embed that in our culture, in our educational fabric, so that we grow in a very important manner. Holistic learning and well-being. The traditional system, the emphasis. Okay, this one was not on. Okay, so the emphasis is on well-being, exemplified to practices such as yoga. Obviously, we all are aware of how International Yoga Day has picked up, and how yoga was being practiced in European and American continents, and they were trying to change it in such a manner and trying to project that this is something which they also were doing from ancient times, but actually not. They had taken it all from us. Why don't we teach our young generations and young kids about it? That's an important aspect. Practical wisdom in education, skill-based, vocational, is all practical. Lots and lots of schools in Europe are now looking at forest schools. You can Google it out, you'll find out. In UK and in Scandinavian countries, a lot of people are looking at forest schools. They are taking their kids to the forest, making them spend 1 month or 2 months or 6 weeks in forests, making them live on the forest produce. तो हमारे गुरुकुल यही तो थे. That's what our gurukuls were all about. So practical, because you get to know, you get to see that how a crop is grown, how a crop takes a shape, and that crop comes to our table as a food. वो सारा कुछ वहीं पे सिखाया जाता है. Fourth one is ethical and moral values in education. Still, as far as ethics is concerned or morality is concerned, we are one of those highest ranked countries in the world. अभी भी हमारे घर कोई आए या हम किसी से मिलें तो हम हाथ जोड़ के नमस्कार ज़रूर करते हैं. हम सर झुका के अदब से उनसे ज़रूर मिलते हैं, बड़ों के पाँव अभी भी छूते हैं. And these are very, very important aspects, because what happens is you get those positive vibes. And how can we have that inculcated in our educational system? Obviously, all the experts over can talk about it, and they will also dwell upon it. Local context and diversity, which I was referring towards. India is one of those very, very big diverse countries, from one end to another. If you look at the basic advertisements which Amitabh Kanji or the Incredible India campaign was built up, you would see the landscape of India, you would see the people of India, you would see the diversity, you would see how our features change from one end to another. But then also those features are again mapped, like somewhere in Ladakh to the northeast, to the obviously west to down south. And what are those cultures? But the important aspect is all those local contexts and all the diversity leads to one very important aspect, and that is the growth of the country or the oneness of the country. And that is an important aspect which we need to teach our students. Innovation and creativity. I have a video on this, which I'm going to show after this 7th agenda point. How we have grown over a period of time, what were the thoughts in ancient times, and how this has been encouraged over a period of time, how our students have been building upon that. And the basic aspect is open-minded assignments, open project-based learnings. And if you see in ancient Gurukuls, this is what was being done. This is what was being given to the students as tasks. And they were trying to build up and they were trying to work out. So that's another reason why we need to move on that. And environmental awareness and sustainability. Mind it, we still have not been able to look at our SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. We still not have been able to accomplish them. And 2030 is the time, by the time we need to fulfill them. So if this is not somewhere in our educational system, if this is not being taught in our educational system, obviously things will not improve in a very important aspect. These experts will develop on these agenda items. This is something, one of the aspects. And now, initiative which was based on all these things, which had all these aspects built up. I'm just going to show you these initiatives, and I'll end it with over here. I'll just take it to the beginning.
Initiative है कि बच्चों इंडिजिनस टॉयज की अपने तेज आर्ट की तरफ किया गया, इनमें से उनकी वीएस हैं उन इनोवेटिव आइडियाज को एंटरप्रेन्योरियल माइंडसेट के साथ क्या टॉयकथॉन 2023 एक ऐसा इनिशिएटिव है जिससे कि बच्चों को इंडिजिनस टॉय तरफ अपने हेरिटेज आर्ट कल्चर की तरफ जाए, उनके भाई रहे हैं वो एंटरप्रेन्योर से कैसे किया जा सकता है। will be holding it such a level. बच्चों को इन टॉयज की हेरिटेज आर्ट की तरफ प्रेरित किया जाए, वो उसमें उनके जो आइडिया रहे हैं
Okay, so if you look at this initiative, this was the initiative of our Honorable Prime Minister. He launched it in 2021. That was a toy-a-thon. But unfortunately, none of the governments or the states or the SCRTs or the boards took it up. So once I joined, I had this thought that this is a $400 billion industry globally, and India has just a participation of $1.5 billion, and we want to make it up to $3 billion by 2028. That's Modi's thought process about it. So we did it, and we had more than 9,474 schools on board for this toy-a-thon project, and we had more than 1,23,000 registrations for this particular project. And you can see the products that these students have created. A lot of these videos are there on my YouTube and my Instagram and my Twitter handle, but you can always take a look at those. But you can see how these students from remotest part of our union territory have been playing up, doing things, and how enthusiastic they were participating in these particular programs. And we could have lots and lots of indulgence on the part of the parents also vis-a-vis this project was concerned. We did it at the school level, at the district level, at the divisional level, and at the union territory level. And we got a huge amount of interest from the Controller General of Patents, Designs. Professor Unnat Pandit did make us part of the National IP Awareness Mission, NEPAM. And vis-a-vis, we had more than 150,000 students participating in NEPAM, which was more than the Gujarat state. and they all got their e-certificates and everything on vis-a-vis this particular aspect was concerned. And we also had a lot of interest vis-a-vis from Niti Aayog is concerned. So Niti Aayog was on board. They came on board for this project. I had a Microsoft, IBM following us on all these particular aspects. We had AICT talking to AICT. They were very happy about it. And this is something, initiative which I would want that all the states or all the union territories or the boards or the SCRT directors present over here should look up to see that how Toycathon could be built up. It's a part of a hackathon. Actually, it's a hackathon, but a toy-based hackathon, because our NEP also talks about toy-based pedagogy, and they talk about that how students could be taught more vis-a-vis toys are concerned. Over to, I think, Professor M.K. Das would be the next one who would be talking about it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Shri Bhagirath ji, the chairman Goa board, is going to go in next.
By the time this madam sets the PPT, let me introduce myself. I'm BhagirathShetye, chairman of Goa board from Goa, and I've been in this field as an administrator since 2007. Prior to that, I was as a teacher and a principal. Now, let me be very frank that I have prepared this paper by searching a lot of the things, a lot of the papers, by discussing with a lot of the colleagues and the experts. But I am a person from science background. I am a master in physics and, of course, B.Ed. And as a part of the administrator, I have just prepared this paper. There could be some repetition of some of the things with the former speaker, and yesterday I was on the same matter itself, Bhartiya knowledge and wisdom-based education. We were just discussing, Professor Vyas, and I thought that mine will be just a pinch of the things which I have done on this. So my first slide here is, you can see it, that the education, this is the cornerstone of nation's progress, shaping the minds and the values of the citizen. Concept of Bhartiya knowledge and wisdom-based education, it takes center stage in India. This approach to education combines traditional wisdom with modern learning methods, aiming to foster holistic development and nurture responsible citizens. Second slide. Yeah. Is this okay? I'm sorry. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. This is just an attempt to explore the essence of Bhartiya knowledge and principles of wisdom-based education, shedding light on their significance and potential impact. Bhartiya knowledge and wisdom-based education, it represents a path to a more holistic and value-driven approach to education in India. It offers a bridge between the country's rich cultural heritage and demand of a rapidly changing world. Incorporating these principles into the modern education system, India has the potential to nurture citizens who are not only academically proficient, but also ethically grounded, compassionate, and responsible individuals ready to face the challenge of the 21st century. Bhartiya knowledge, a rich heritage, refers to the vast reservoir of traditional wisdom, cultural insights, and historical achievements that have shaped India's identity for millennia. Encompasses a diverse range of disciplines, including philosophy, ethics, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, yoga, art, science, and spirituality. Knowledge finds its origin in ancient texts like Vedas, Upanishads, and other philosophical treatises that have guided lives of Indians for generations. One of the pillars of Bhartiya knowledge is its holistic approach, recognizing the interconnectedness of various aspects of life. It's not confined to mere academic learning, but extend to understanding the self, society, and the universe. The holistic perspective emphasizes the importance of achieving balance, believes material and spiritual pursuits, an idea deeply ingrained in India's cultural fabric. Some examples of Bhartiya knowledge from India's rich cultural historical heritage: yoga and meditation or medicine, cultural and arts education, under that artistic expression, cultural heritage program, the recent flagship program, this is Meri Mati Mera Desh, Ayurveda, Vedas, Upanishads, Indian philosophy, astronomy and mathematics, Sanskrit language, which is the mother of all languages, the epics Mahabharata and Ramayana, Vastu Shastra, Dharma and ethics, traditional arts and crafts, astrology or Jyotish. Wisdom-based education, that's a holistic growth, which focuses not on an important information, but also nurturing wisdom and values. Emphasizes experimental learning, critical thinking, and a deep understanding of oneself and the world. It promotes values like compassion, empathy, tolerance, and respect for all living beings. It incorporates practices like meditation and yoga to foster holistic development. Both Bhartiya knowledge and wisdom-based education, they are seen as a way to preserve and promote the country's rich cultural and intellectual heritage. Complementary to modern education, offering a more holistic and values-driven approach to learning. While these concepts are valued, India also has a modern education system with a focus on science, technology, and contemporary subjects. The challenge lies in finding a balance between traditional wisdom and modern knowledge in the educational landscape. Key principles of wisdom-based education: value and ethics, holistic development, critical thinking, cultural preservation, environmental consciousness. The examples of principles and practices which are associated with wisdom-based education: mindfulness and meditation, which is nowadays going in a lot, ethical decision-making, character education, holistic well-being, critical thinking and reflections, service learning, environmental education, cultural and historical understanding, conflict resolutions, interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, goal setting and life skill, nature-based education, artistic expression, philosophical inquiry, and I'm sure that Dr. Professor Vyas will throw more light on this and in details with examples. Integration into modern education. To integrate Bhartiya knowledge with wisdom-based education into the modern education system, in line with NEP 2020, it requires a comprehensive approach. Blending Bhartiya knowledge and wisdom-based education with the National Education Policy 2020 in India is a viable and promising approach. NEP 2020 itself emphasizes the importance of incorporating India's rich cultural and traditional knowledge system into modern education. To achieve this integration, we need to design curriculum to incorporate Bhartiya knowledge, review and update the curriculum to include elements of Bhartiya knowledge such as yoga, Indian philosophy, and traditional arts as elective or supplementary subjects. Integrate wisdom-based education, develop modules that emphasizes values, ethics, mindfulness, and emotional intelligence across all subjects. And research and innovation needs to allocate fund for research on the integration of Bhartiya knowledge and wisdom-based education and its impact on the students. Innovation labs to be established to develop new teaching methods and material, to implement collaboration between different stakeholders on the education from policymakers to the community, regular monitoring and evaluation to ensure the successful integration into India's modern education system in adjustment with NEP 2020. Thank you all for this paper, and hope that Professor Vyas will throw more light on this. Thank you, sir.
Very good morning to each and everyone participating this very, very important conference. The purpose of this conference is to highlight the NEP 2020 and the delegates and participants prior to my reflection on this fundamental aspect of NEP to review and to reverse the entire conceptualization of our present education system, it is said that Puran mityeva na sadhu sarvam na chapi vandyam navanitya vandyam santah parikshantar tarat bhajante mudha parapratyena buddhi. The same thing was repeated in a different manner and style by Allama Iqbal when he is saying, जो था नहीं है जो है न होगा, यही तो है एक हर्फ़े मुजरिमाना, करीब तर है नमूद जिसकी उसी का मुस्ताक है ज़माना। मेरी सुराही से कतरा कतरा नए हवादिस टपक रहे हैं। Very reflective aspect of our this Indian system of knowledge, प्रज्ञा, हवाएं उनकी, फजाएं उनकी, ज़मीन उनके, जहान उनके, भंवर गिरह की, खुले तो क्यों कर, भंवर है तकदीर का बहाना। ये पुराने ज़माने ये नौ हो रहा है पैदा और ये पुराना पीर मर रहा है, जिसे फिरंगी मुकाबिरों ने बना दिया है कमार खाना। द इंटायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम इन द आइज ऑफ इकबाल is just a type of giving supremacy to market, giving supremacy to efficiency, giving supremacy to the capitalistic mode of society. So these are his reflections. And he at the same time was saying that सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, but contradicting itself that तेगों के साए में हम पलकर बरे हुए हैं, अखंजर हिलाल का है कौमी निशा हमारा, चीनो अरब हमारा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, मुस्लिम है हम वतन है सारा जहां हमारा. This type of assertion, we have to ponder that why such a learned person like Iqbal, at the first time appreciating the entire Indian culture, he was defining the concept of Ram and Ram Rajya, so many things. But what happens? Why this Akhand Bharat is becoming Khand Khand? So these are the aspects we have to, from different point of view, from different perspective, we have to consider this very fundamental aspect. We are talking the basic purpose of NEP to sensitize, to conserve the entire traditional wisdom of India. जो केलन के पात में पात पात में पात, त्यों वेदन की बात में बात बात में बात. And on this aspect, I am giving no elaborative aspect, just to reflect few points that previously we are talking about dharma nirpekshata, and if you just replace this word dharma from the Indian system of thought, what will remain? When you talk about value, if you are rejecting and if you are not comprehending the concept of purusharth, what will? If you cannot differentiate between the Vedic system of brahmacharya and the Buddhist system of Brahma Vihar, how you are going to you are going to comprehend and reflect on this very important concept. There was one seminar on how to enter in the Vyas Guha. You must be knowing about Vyas, the writer of Mahabharata. Ashtadasa Puraneshu Vyasasya Vachanadvayam परोपकार पुण्याय पापाय पर पीड़नम. ये बात अब व्यास को आप कैसे समझेंगे जब आप ये नहीं समझेंगे कि ये तीन का कंसेप्ट क्या है, व्हाट इज त्रयी, व्हाट इज प्रस्थान त्रयी, व्हाट इज त्रिदेव, व्हाट इज योगा, व्हाट इज तंत्रा, व्हाट इज mantra, what is yantra, and what are the concept of capacity building we are talking the holistic education. We are rebutting the concept of rote learning. Just I am reflecting on the 4 lines of Gita. Dhyayate vishayan punsa sangaste supajayate sangat sangjayate kama kamat krodha vijayate krodhat bhavati sammohang asammohat smriti vibhrama smriti bhransat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranasyati. What is here? The entire Vedic system is emphasizing on rote learning. What you are, that is not just the entire concept of smriti is just interlinked with your AI, artificial intelligence, your quantum. This artificial intelligence, how you are going to evolve the concept of holistic education without knowing and without making a person from as a teacher, the first step in Buddhist perspective is Sotapanna. The second stage is Sakadagami. The third stage is Anagami. And the fourth stage is Arhat. The entire, and for all these stages, you need certain types of competencies, certain types of initiative, and to understand what is visible. A Buddhist educator, Lead Bitter, we know his name. He was one of the prominent teacher educator in Sri Lanka. And he wrote a book, The Man Visible and the Man Invisible. How you are going to measure and evaluate and reflect upon the man invisible. And you are talking about the man visible. That is possible through your psychological understanding. But how? What is Saddarshan? What is the concept of Astik and what is the concept of Nastik? There are so many points coming into my mind, and I am in search of the answer of all these questions, that how to connect the Bharatiya knowledge and Pragya system and make it relevant to the present system of education. I was just reflecting, what type of contradiction is this? What now the present government is talking about the Indian wisdom. This, during the British period, this very fundamental And this very important aspect was highlighted by a person whom we Indians are hating much more. The name of that person is Lord Curzon. He was responsible for so many things. But we are not seeing that the contribution of Lord Curzon towards the entire cultural tradition of India. If we cannot have this Indus Valley civilization, we cannot think about the different traditions of our culture and civilization. In the modern time, without Curzon, you cannot think about this. The Bhartiya Vidya and knowledge. But at the same time, the missionaries Wood, Marsman and Carey, what they have done? They declared that in India is suffering due to 3 iconoclasts. The first is Rama, the second is Krishna, and the third is Muhammad. If we are going to eliminate them, then only we can teach, we can educate the Indians. This was, and within we must take the initiative, as one of our previous speakers, the initiative, how he took the initiative, and what was their influence, and what they were inspiring. So they changed the entire mindset of Bengal. And they politicized the entire Bengali society and community. And the entire westernization is due to these 3 persons and their effort. Now we are talking about the team spirit. Look at these 3 persons, the trio, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and their impact on the system, Indian system of education. We should reflect our own limitations, why we are fascinated to copy, and why we are very eager to prove ourselves. We think we are taking pride in being what our English masters told us, baboon. From baboon, we are converting ourselves into babu. So all such things are there. Now, just I am going to end. There are so many things to share with you, but it is not possible to elaborate all those points. Just I am mentioning that if we are taking the Vedic system, then we have to think about the what is the importance of this 14 types of Vidyas, the 64 types of Kalas, why our entire system of what we call Sanatan or what we call Vedic or what we call Dharma is giving importance to phonetics, is giving importance to words, is giving importance to sound, and the entire concept of Siksha in Vedic, Siksha is one of the component of Vedangas. There, what is the basic concept of Siksha? What is the basic concept of Vidya? What is the basic concept of what we call the Pragya? All these, on all these points we have to ponder and reflect. In Buddhist system, and particularly in Buddhist monasticism, there was one ritual between Mitra and Kalyan Mitra. We are having the concept of Guru, we are having the concept of Kalyan Mitra, and just one person from Sikh tradition just come up to Guru Nanak. The entire Kalyan Mitra and Guru tradition was reverted and giving importance not to Guru but to Sishya. Wahe Guru da Khalsa, Wahe Guru di Fatah. So, giving importance to learner in this tradition, ending with the Sikh tradition and learner-based. So, learner-based teacher education was just exemplified with a sutra that is called how to make a student perfect. And on this, there were 4 students of Lord Buddha. One was Moggalayan, the second was Sariputta, the third was Ananda, and 4th, Buddha included himself, and he was just sitting behind and told Ananda, you just go and explain what is the concept of gentleman, what is the concept of Bhaddeka, that sutra, especially that sutra is called Bhaddeka Ratta Sutta. And when he told Ananda, you just go and explain this. Ananda explained, and everyone was just taking nap. And what is this? It means you know yourself. You are understanding the concept, but your students are not understanding this concept. So he was hinting towards that. This concept of gentlemanship is very, very important. How to, and the concept of gentleman in the Western perspective and the concept of gentleman in the Buddhist perspective is a point to reflect upon. And then he told, you, Moggalayan, you come. Moggalayan, acha. And now I can comprehend what you are telling. And the third, then he told, ask Sariputta. And when Sariputta was explaining the concept of Bhadek who is a perfect man, then Buddha stood and he told, now you have crossed from information to knowledge, and now you are coming to pragya, and now you are even crossing you are much more better than me. So whosoever right from now can explain the subtleties of knowledge and can comprehend the pragya, can comprehend the concept of nibbana, can comprehend the concept of the sunyata, who alone can concept the Vedic concept of yoga and the Buddhist concept of tantra, and linking the two concepts with one another. So there are so many points, and I am very thankful to the previous speakers, and really it was a very a learning experience for me, and I think that whatsoever बकवास, जो बकवास मैंने अभी किया है, तो कुछ न समझे कोई न समझे खुदा करे कोई, ये हमारी इस बकवास को आप समझ लें, ये हमारा वो नहीं है, ये हमारी तमन्ना नहीं है कि आपने इस बकवास को समझा या नहीं समझा, लेकिन इस पर किसी भी पॉइंट पर मैं अल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्, छोटा सा भी यदि आपने कुछ उसको पकड़ लिया, वहाँ से यदि आपने इनिशिएटिव लिया, उस इनिशिएटिव का जो है इन्फ्लुएंस होगा और उससे लोग इंस्पायर होंगे, एंड देन यू आर नॉट ए गुरु, you are a shishya, and you are more than a shishya. So all this whatsoever we are talking about life, but the entire Indian system of knowledge is giving importance as much to life and as much, and the same giving, they are giving importance to death, and they established that life is a preparation for the perfect way of death. So that was the conclusion of the what we call the traveling from data to information to knowledge or gyan to pragya, and then to shunyata. Then the last was the concept of shunyata, and that is all. Thank you very much for listening the bakwas of mine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, I think we have already overshot a lot, but it was not a bakwas, sir. It was a very deep thoughts that you were providing. It's a pretty dry sort of a thought process. Tabhi kafi log. Yeah, we want to. Yes, that's what I was saying.
Don't what? Shrestho. My first observation is Yadda Tarat Shrestho Tat Devo Taro Jana Sayat Pramanum Kurte Lokastadanu Vartate. Whatever we are doing And we means all the members of the COBSE. Entire country will do that. I think my message is very clear. We are the secular country and we remain secular only, and no role of religion in the education. That is my first observation. My second observation is that you go for the Google and you will find that the father of the education is Thomas Babington Macaulay. And surprisingly, the father of the teaching is Socrates. At least Indian knowledge system does not accept them. We have got the Guru, we have got the Dronacharya, and so on. We have got Vasisht, etc. How the Indian knowledge system or the entire our literature was manipulated. Therefore, the term used by the speakers here is mythology. No, it is history. History written by Ved Vyas is Mahabharata. History written by Valmiki is Ramayana. Please think over it. And whenever it is said that, even I have objection about the two terms which have been used in the NP. But when we say it is Indian knowledge system, it is the knowledge system, and whatever Prasthantrayi is telling, it has nothing to do with the religion. It has just written that it is our duty. So when we are thinking, please think on these lines. Central Board of Secondary Education, I think Sadhna Parasar, if representative is here from Central Board of Central Board of Secondary Education. No, I know that she was there. Actually, under her, coordinatorship, board has prepared a book, Indian Knowledge System, on Indian Knowledge System. So therefore, please note that we have to promote Indian knowledge and keep our record straight. Thank you very much. Think over it.
Thank you. Anybody has any questions? Or should we discuss them over tea? I think it's already a long session, so let's
Good morning, sir. One more question.
चाय पे पूछ सकते हैं आप इनसे?
No, one more question, simple question.
That's what I'm saying, because there again and again organizers are telling us.
No, in your talk you suggested Vastu Shastra. How it is coordinate with the NEP is my first question. And if it is so, Vastu Shastra, whether you are taking objective subject or co-subject or a part of subject, that or main subject. That is second part. Third part is being he is a physics lecturer, I told. Science is not blind belief. So as a science lecturer, whether you are believing in Vastu Shastra, that is out of the argument. Okay, that is my part of question. Thank you, sir.
What's your name?
I am Anand from Karnataka Board, Bangalore.
Very good.